So we'll just set the scene. In the continual dusk, the wind blows as bits of trash curl down the street. The four of you are standing outside of the stoop to the manor that you're currently residing in. Somebody comes out of the manor, pushes past you. It's one of the local homeless, but when he walks down the street, he just vanishes into thin air. You've all seen this before. Wait,
Rude.
Six Towers is haunted. It's a place of ghosts, a place of mysteries and spooks.
Children Day.
As the wind blows, a shutter on a window slams and bangs against the building.
Okay. Johnny's just kind of leaning against the wall inside. He's okay. Can I be smoking a cigarette for flavor? Is that okay?
Yeah, pretty sure that is a thing.
All right, cool. So Johnny's leaning on a wall, smoking a cigarette, thinking, I already know who they are. I don't know why they feel the need to. I don't know why they feel the need to be. I don't know why they feel the need to come off as haunting for ambiance.
It's part of the flavor of the city, thinks.
As you say that, like what do you call them?
Roof.
On the roof, the tiles, like one of the roof tiles falls to the ground and cracks into thousands of pieces.
I turn to the rest of the group and say, now, I told you we'd make a lot of money off of this venture, but we have to start somewhere, and this place is a fixer-upper of sorts.
It's okay. It reminds me when I was a young lad and I had to hide out in a haunted castle for like 20 years.
Our neighbors seem friendly.
As you say that, the nearby street lamp flickers out.
Never trust the neighbors.
Now, when I said a fixer-upper, I did actually mean this whole district, but we'll work our way from here. We're away from prying eyes.
Dr. Death looks at the flickering lights, the, mist, the ghosts and whatnot. I don't know. Seems nice.
As the light flickers back on, you basically see Kayako standing underneath of it.
Dr. Death, waves his, clawed, gauntleted hand.
Yeah, then the light flickers and they vanish.
He seemed nice.
No, do you guys know Kayako?
From the ring.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah. Seem friendly.
just making sure.
There are no TVs here, so she's harmless.
It's true.
Long-term project, invent a TV.
Ah.
I'll figure out the cathode ray tube and I'll sweep the nation. You can run one of those on Steam, or whale oil, or demon blood.
Electroplasm, yeah. Electroplasm TVs.
I just... a whale oil TV.
Honey, we gotta pour in some more whale oil.
If I start a long-term project to invent a TV, what difficulty is that? That's I forget.
We're talking like a 36 segment clock.
No. It's on page 200 something. Oh wow! Oh damn it! I had it. Now it's.
Now you're on a shorter. Now we've got a different guide.
It's
Yeah,
the
they
8
fleshed
one,
out.
right?
He refleshed out crafting in this one.
No.
Or for a couple of the characters anyway.
I forget.
Oh yeah, it gives an example of crafting a flamethrower.
Okay,
Which
Snake, you're Roth, right?
I am Roth.
Right, yeah, and you're the leader.
Of a kind. We got to go out and find some product to shift, essentially.
So Johnny takes another puff of his cigarette. So, Roth, you've gathered all your players here. When do we make our play?
Yes.
Before Dr. Death reaches over and like pinches out the cigarette. Those are bad for your lungs. They'll kill you, Dr. Death says, wheezing through his like breathing mask tubes coming out of his chest and throat.
Well, Sherman just stands behind you, smoking a pipe like
Germa?
you what?
Sherman.
Sherman, you fucking.
It's too late. We already are picturing him as German.
No.
I'm sorry, Swede.
You're fucking losers. You're
I'm picturing him
fucking-
as Gurman from the game Bloodborne.
Yeah, I heard Gurman.
Okay. Julian.
Julian?
Fuck off.
Julian?
Okay.
Ralph.
I'm just gonna go with
Ron?
Ralph.
Ralph. Yeah, I'll go with Ralph.
My friends call me
Presley?
my friends call me Gunny. None of you are my friends.
Not yet, anyway.
No.
Okay, Gummy.
No. Whatever, he smokes a pipe right behind Dr. Death while he just skate. I don't know, fucking fonts here.
I'm surrounded by smokers. I'd say to Dr. Death.
Well, alright, so like Johnny, kind of annoyed, like puts like the cigarette, like just tosses it to the ground, stomps on it to make sure no sparks go anywhere, and takes out a toothpick and starts chewing on it. Are you happy now?
So, you want to get the ball rolling.
That's why I came here.
Ah, yes. When is our next hunt?
Well, our first hunt is to find a supply line. Now, we can go out. We need to go out and find some enterprising folks who will allow us to move their product for them.
Ah, yes. I found that you don't usually get asked for permission for that.
Dr. Death, you are more a gadgeteer, but you know enough about chemistry, do you not? Johnny, you know how to talk to people, how to handle the customer.
I sure do.
And Sherman, you're enough of a threat. I'd say, looking at the old man rather than the mangled Dr. Death.
Ah, yes, Sonny. I tell ya, back in my day, people would fear me and my rifle.
We're going
Have I
to
ever
use
told
that
you-
fear today. Anyone who doesn't pay, anyone who runs away, skimps out on us, you'll be the one to keep them in line. You enjoy the hunt.
Have I ever told you when I was in a war?
You'll have to tell us as we go and find our first provider. So, I want to gather info. I want to find someone who'd be willing to give us some product so we can, start up supply.
Sure.
So, let's look at this. What would this be then?
Survey?
Survey or perhaps consorts?
I forget where gather information is. Because that's not a skill, it's just there it is.
It's
Gather
a part
information.
of the game.
Yeah.
It's a part of
You
free
want to
time.
know when you want to know something specific about the fictional world, your character can gather information. So really, it's about how are you gathering the information, or if you already know it, how you learned it.
So let me check. What's our gang contact? What are all of our contacts?
I know Harker, a jailbird.
I know
And
a Bluecoat archivist on the tape.
We know, let's see. Where are they? Factions. No. Bio and info. No. Crew. Fucking, where are all our contacts? Where did we put them down? We have
They're in Playbook.
Huxley. Yeah. Oh, you didn't write them down on the
No,
thing.
I don't think so.
Alright,
I have Eckerd, who's a corpse dealer.
Probably
No,
not the one to go for drugs.
I have Christopher, the gunsmith, clearly a clearly a veteran in the drug business.
hold on, we just gotta find our crew, which is Hawkers. We just in the playbook. Where are they? That would be in
I know. We can go to the prison.
Oh my god.
The people hate us.
6.
Do we really know that? Maybe they just got off the wrong foot.
We stole their beds for some reason. For some reason. I'm still confused
Hey,
about why we agreed that was the
They
best.
were, they were just stand. Snake. They were just on there, ready for me taken. They didn't look used.
I'm gonna move things along, or I think, yeah, I'm gonna
No,
go,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Don't
but
worry.
I've got a good contact for this.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Jaren, a blue coat archivist. He's a friend of ours.
Then he can get product. Well, I mean, let's just look at our contacts first. I mean, all right, we have Hoxley, a smuggler,
Well, that answers that because he wasn't listed.
and
as
he's
such.
he's our special contact. He's like our top contact.
He's our mate. Well, let's go to that fuck then,
Oh.
rather than the archivist.
Who's that rich dude who like invested in us?
That's
Hey,
that's
so
a
like, can you
faction,
point us
Lord
to the drugs?
Lord Sherlock. But I don't know, I think we should go to Hoxley because he's a contact, not a faction.
Yeah.
And he's like our top contact. He's actually a bud.
He's a bud. Let's go
Yeah.
there. So that's how I'm going to have a chat with him, ask if there's any up and coming. Well, if he'll do it, fine. But if there's anyone up and coming who just wants to move some product, make some contacts.
Sure. So we don't need to roll to actually make it to him. You just find him, but it involves you guys traveling to the night market.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, because we said he was part of a gang. I forget. It's one that we're friends with.
The Wraiths.
Yes.
Which one was that?
The Wraiths. The Wraiths are.
The Wraiths are okay with us.
Yeah, they're a mysterious crew of masked thieves and spies. And they operate out of the night market. I think they do anyway. Let me double check that.
He's part of the faction that we're sharing our space in the night market with, so it's either the Wraiths or the Foghounds.
Oh, yeah, here you go. The Wraiths. They work the Silk Shore and Night Market as their primary hunting grounds. They specialize in the theft of luxury items and intelligence gathering for clients to use as blackmail.
Yeah, because I believe we said during game creation, because we gave coin as a show of respect to the Wraiths, and I think Hoxley was like our in with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So yeah, you want to go try to meet with Huxley?
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right. Yeah, you you move from Six Towers, and as you go across the bridge into the night market, population density, immediately, there are so many more people just walking around, people yelling, people peddling goods. It's like a completely different city. No more spooks. You wander through the streets, pushing through the crowd. You look down a alleyway, and you just see a person in a broken white rabbit mask. Like one of the ears is broken, and part of the cheek is gone.
Is that Hoxley?
A wraith or an
You
actor.
do recognize the mask as one of the interesting things about the Wraiths. They all wear masks.
I
man.
hail him.
Yeah, he flashes you a hand signal, which he's taught you to mean follow.
Okay, yeah, and I motion to the group to come along.
Cool.
Yeah, he leads you through a couple different alleyways, across some homeless vagrants, and through a door. As you enter the door, you're immediately struck with like this thick, heavy smell of like perfume.
I sneeze violently.
Oh god.
He takes you
Johnny
down like
takes
a
it.
set of stairs, and all you can hear are like footsteps stomping, like bed creakings from above. There's the occasional moaning.
Ooh.
Oh, should we have determined like gear?
We're not
yet.
on a job, so
Oh, we're not. Okay.
So yeah, he takes you down the stairs. He enters another door, and there's a couch, a table, like a bookshelf that has most of it's missing, and like a couple of cots. He turns around and says, "So, gentlemen, long time no see."
Greetings.
well, we had to get everything ready.
Ah, yes,
Yes.
beds and so on.
Yes, there's been rumors that Lord Surlock has taken an interest.
He aided us with setting up part of our.
He set up our workshop,
Yes.
as I recall.
He donated some tools and some labor to us.
It's quite interesting. That sourly old man goes nowhere. His interests are few and far between.
I do appreciate what
Doesn't
he did
make
for us, but
contact
at the
a lot.
same time, it is a little bit worrisome that someone that high up on the chain would take an interest so quickly.
He
I imagine
scratches-
he took interest due to our close proximity to the supernatural.
That might be true.
I have heard that rumor about old Skurlock. Anyway, friends, enough.
I just thought he
What
liked
can I do
us.
for you?
What can he do for us? Oh yes,
We
it's
are-
Roth.
We are looking for someone to supply us.
Suppliers. What are you looking to move?
Right now, we are looking to move drugs.
Of course, of course. He walks over to the bookcase, grabs a unassuming looking journal, and starts flipping through it. Let's see. He flips through it and says, here we go. Let's try this one. Mr. Valaris, Roland Valaris. He runs the Vale, a social club here in the night market. He's might be more of a buyer, but not so much a seller. Let's try somebody else then. He starts flipping through the book again. Anything particular, or just common house drugs?
We are specialized to sell to spirits and such. We can sell to the regular mundane people around here as well, but that is not quite where our interests lie at this moment. Being in Six Towers, we figured we have a few potential customers. They are wary and cranky as far as ghosts go.
All right, Johnny pipes up and says, "Well, any supply of drugs at this point is good enough. We can put our own special spin on it back at the workshop."
That is true. Do you know anyone who's young, up and coming? Someone who has only recently joined the business as well?
He nods and says, I've got just the person. You are looking for Ariana the Blessed. The barge has recently been moored in the night market. I'm sure she can assist you in some way. Maybe have some product to move.
That would be most helpful.
Now, I will tell you, Ariana is a little off. She's. How do you say it? With one of the. She believes she's in communication with one of the elders. You know, worshipping one of the forgotten.
Yes.
Mm.
So, best not to bring up religion around her. Or
Well,
best to
if you-
appeal to it.
If you do, she might start lecturing you on the olden ones.
That's a small price to pay to get our hands on some product.
Yes, well, she's just south of here, in the docks. You can't miss her.
Might I ask why she's moored here? Is she here by choice, or did she get stuck?
Chances are she lost her crew. Rumor has it she sacrificed them. But,
I see.
Just rumors.
I won't bring it up in either case.
He nods. Probably for the best.
Well, this has been very helpful. If you have anyone else who is looking for someone to move their product, please send them our way.
He nods and says, if I hear anything, I will do just that.
So I basically walk over to shake his hand.
Yeah, no, he shakes ears.
Yeah.
It's firm. He's wearing white gloves that kind of mask the dirtiness of his mask.
In my case, I've got these kind of giant fucking bear claw hands that are way too big, basically, to have a comfortable handshake, and he's got them clad in his own leather gloves in black. As we kind of depart, head out the building, I do pull out a handkerchief from my inside pocket and put it over my nose as we head out to the more perfumed area.
Yeah. As you're leaving, he pulls on a different book, and a hatch opens and a ladder drops down from the ceiling. He starts climbing up.
We must install one of these back in the manor.
Perhaps. Always nice to have an escape route in case of tigers attacking the base.
Thought those went extinct centuries ago. I say as I leave.
You know nothing, boy.
So let's seek out Ariana the Blessed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a difficult thing to find. You make your way to the docks and the night market, which the bustle of people becomes less, and the bustle of carts and orders and shouts becomes more. But you see a lone vessel that everyone seems to be avoiding.
I stride over to it with purpose.
Yeah, it's there is a gangplank down. Otherwise, it's just a long, flat barge.
Before climbing the gangplank, I do look to see if I can see anyone on deck or just on the boat.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
Okay, so just before I look at the group and before I decide to climb the gangplank, I just call out, Miss Ariana!
There's no response.
Well, hopefully she doesn't mind us inviting ourselves. And I walk over the gangplank, kind of my size making it making me kind of unsure of it.
Sure.
Tread softly.
Yeah, as you walk, the gangplank creaks. Let's roll some dice. Let me roll some dice, see what she looks like.
Okay, I thought he was going to make me roll to see if I can get across the gangplank.
No, you're fine. Just roll me 2d6.
Look at it this way, Snake. If you fall to your death this early, you can go play game. You can go do commentary with Noonum.
Oh, yeah. Is he yelling at me?
Okay, let's do another Yeah, and we'll do another 2d6.
Okie doke.
6 and 1. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, you walk up onto the barge. There's immediately kind of it's just flat, right? There's nothing tied down. There's no containers. It's, for all intents and purposes, empty. You do notice the control room. The door is locked shut. There seems to be a chain around the door, and the windows are barred. So, like, there's a chain that wraps from the window around the handle, and it's padlocked.
I walk over and knock.
Yeah, as the first time your fist hits the door, a wiry old woman with ghost white hair and like bright but sunken eyes just like immediately appears in the window, just staring at you.
Dr. Death waves at the eyes.
I say, good evening, Miss Ariana.
Oh, yes, you've come. What do you need?
We need supply. We are Death's Door. A new
Death's Door.
operation
Never heard of
in 6 Towers.
new operation.
I came up with the name, Dr. Death says.
You? And what is your name? And you? The name maker. Who are you?
They call me. And Dr. Death sort of poses dramatically, throws back his cape. Dr. Death!
And I'm Rolf
Yes,
Galthorn.
close to death. He is indeed.
Was that an in-character cough or a you didn't prepare to say that way cough?
Both.
Yeah.
Cool.
It works.
It's like it's real life. What is it? Art mimics life. Life mimics art.
My name is the Right Honourable, though you may call me Rolf.
Roth. Yes, Roth. Okay, Roth.
Wow, you didn't commit to that name at all.
You've come seeking me for. You wish to sell?
We wish to sell.
Do
Sell
we?
things. I have extras. Extras, yes. She disappears and starts meddling with the door. You notice something odd as the exterior padlock unlocks and falls off the door, and she opens it outward. Yes, things to sell. Come in. And she's kind of like hunched over an old, what was that? Like hood, and she's got a veil on and just like dark clothing.
Rolf walks in and completely sincerely says, "Lovely place you've got here. It's so hard to get waterfront property these days."
Oh, yes, quite. It is a good place. And she starts leading you down a set of spiraling stairs.
This reminds me of my hunting cabin out in the outback.
Dr. Death likes her. She reminds him of himself.
Yes, things to sell, things to move. I have things to get rid of. Yes, and as you are moving down, you see a lot of imagery of like mouths and like sharp teeth and just like things dripping off of the teeth. For you know they are always hungry, always want more, but sometimes too much. Must get rid of.
Yes, I have a young son, I know that well.
Yes.
Yeah, fun though.
That was
That's pretty good. Yeah, she keeps leading you down the stairs, and she pulls a candle from her robe, and it just lights on fire. It just lights itself. She's just holding this candle on the underside of the barge. You notice a lot, like a thick, heavy wooden table that has like a cleaver in it and a bunch of bloodstains. there are crates that are covered in like would look like tarps. There's a lot of flies, and as you're moving down the stairs, you immediately get hit by the like awful smell of like old blood and rot.
I try not to sneeze. I try to resist that.
Ah, nostalgic.
I see you keep yourself busy even in your old age, Madame Ariana.
Oh yes, we keep the things which it does not eat, but it is always hungry.
Ah, yes.
We need to get rid of the more important or the lesser important bits. She points to there's like a jar on her desk that is just full of eyes, and you think one of the eyes moves to watch you.
This is just like that cartoon show I watched.
You what?
Cartoons.
She
wait.
keeps-
I was just thinking there actually would be, possibly. It's a bit early for cartoons to be a thing, but it's not entirely.
We're in the age where a blunderbuss is a decently technological weapon.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know, like
You're talking like picture books for children.
it's. I mean, already it's an anachronistic time period, but like,
Sure. So she leads you over to her desk. The boat creaks as the tide rises. The boat sways a bit. She points to a shelf and says, that we need to get rid of. And it's just an old metal shelf with a bunch of think like like a 5-gallon bucket. It's those, but almost like a barrel, kind of like a drum. It's got rust red rings on the top, and some of it have like red leaking down the side.
right? Yeah, I can get rid of that shelf, and Dr. Death prepares to roll wreck.
How many barrels are we talking here?
They're probably like 4 on that wall, but then you notice some of the like other same things just like lined up against the wall or just like placed around.
Mind if I so he kind of like Ruth walks over and picks one up with with some degree of difficulty. I'm guessing it's quite full, like whatever's in there is just sloshing around.
Yeah, you pick it up and it sloshes a bit, and this one wasn't like perfectly sealed, and this like thick red just starts oozing down the side of it.
I quickly account for that. Put it back down.
Yes, careful. That's which you could sell, maybe get rid of for me.
Of course.
It is the excess, the excrements of our sacrifices, the parts we do not need.
Johnny's like looking over these and turns to Dr. Death. Is like, you think you could turn this into something?
Dr. Death shrugs. I don't know, probably. I don't know. I mean, should I like do a study roll or something?
Yeah, if you want. Like, if you want to know more about how it all is.
Yeah, sure. Controlled, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Effect, standard, limited, great.
Standard.
Extra, 0, right?
Yeah.
You could push yourself, or I can give you a devil's bargain. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
He decides he just to test it. He just like drinks an entire bucket. Just
Drinks a bit,
down
strikes
the
a match, and
hatch.
applies the rest.
Yeah, so it looks like a bucket of red paint. You ain't got no clue.
Dr. Death shrugs. I don't know, probably. Could be paint for all I know.
Well,
Get
children
off that
enjoy
shit.
lead paint, so surely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Ariana kind of turns around and says, yes, paint, good idea. I've seen paint with this before.
Well, we'll have more time to study it and make use of it when we're back at home. We just need a way to move all of these barrels.
Ah, yes. Perhaps if we had a cart.
Says, yes, cart. I have no such tools, but I
Carts
can
are
lend
strange
you.
things.
I can lend you 6 barrels, and then you bring back some profit. Yes.
Of course. How would you like to split the profit?
Split the profit. Split the profit. Split the profit.
We here at Death Door are looking to highly value our suppliers. You'll be recompensed well, and there will be good security between us. We all handle all the dirty work, so long as there is a good supply.
And I'm the security.
And he's the security.
She nods and says, yes, supply. There will always be a supply, a constant supply.
Ah, yes.
Should I, roll a consort or something to try and get a good deal out of this?
Sure, yeah. She looks at you and says,
Quiet.
we split 50-50.
That will
Yeah.
that
Johnny
will not
pipes
do.
up and says, "I'm not so sure this is a 50-50 split. Listen, in order to make this profitable, we're going to do some tinkering with this of our own. By the time we're done with this material, by the time we're done with this material, it's likely even you won't recognize it."
I'm gonna roll a consort to can it actually could that be like an assist or something? Because he threw that in there.
Yeah, he can assist. I'm pretty sure the assist just gives you a +1 dice. It's just both of you would be exposed to risk.
You okay with that?
What's your consort?
My consort is 2,
Alright, yeah, so is mine. Alright, cool.
so either one of us can roll this. I wanna do the deal and
Yeah, I mean, you're the leader, so you might as well be the one who rolls.
So let's make this a risky roll.
risky, effect, standard, limited, or great. Standard.
Standard.
Okay, and
So
plus
another
1
with an
dice.
extra dice.
So I say to her, I do not wish to disrespect your product or the length you've gone to procure it. It's only that I have many more people under my belt, and we are exposing ourselves to risk out there. You'll still be provided for well, but yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I got 2 6s.
And 2 6s, yeah.
That's a critical.
Ooh, Johnny's piping up. That helped there. There we go.
Yeah,
Was that a critical?
yeah,
multiple
multiple
It's
sixes.
a critical.
Ah, yeah.
So, wow, okay, a critical. She says, very well, very well. And you know, this is just taking up room. Precious room. I need more room. Let's do 2080.
Yeah, we cut her in for 20. Sounds good. Cut her in for 20. Sounds good to me.
That is most gracious of you. I accept.
And yeah, she doesn't offer a hand. Her fingers are tittering together, and she says, yes, you're very nice people. I'll give you an extra barrel on the house as good faith.
Awesome. We get an extra barrel and a whole 20%.
Ah, that's a lot of money, indeed.
Now, I believe you will need to figure out a way to get these out of here.
Where are we, anyways?
We're in a boat, right?
We're in a boat. There's a gangplank, and we need.
Are we still in the night market?
we're
Yeah,
still in
so
the
if you
night
look
market.
if you look at the night market, you see the number 4. You're just left of the 4.
Oh,
Alright, yeah.
See,
cool.
there's some docks there.
okay. And what is our base again?
Your base is all the way up in 6 towers.
Where specifically?
Who the fuck said that we should?
That's up to you guys.
Who the fuck
So,
said that?
Johnny's just so as we're gathering these barrels, Johnny's just thinking. So, how much heat will we attract just transporting this out in the open?
Oh, I've got an idea. We'll hail a gondola.
Question: do these barrels float? Dr. Death says.
I wouldn't want to test any one of them to figure that out.
they're made of wood.
But if the contents is lighter than water, we could float the barrels and paddle them through the river back to base.
But
Lighter
what
than
if the
water?
con-
No, these are not lighter than water. Much heavier. Much heavier.
if I could invent some breathing underwater apparatus,
Alright.
we could roll them along the riverbed back to
All right.
base.
Johnny is kind of scratching at his chin and says, "Might be worth contacting your blue coat friend."
That's an idea as well. He might be able to get us a wagon of some kind we could move discreetly.
Not to mention getting some folks to look the other way.
I said we might be able to get a gondola, but that's got a risk in itself, and we don't have any spare coin to make someone look the other way. I will get in contact.
You said that we need coin.
Would you kindly remain with the product while I go and hail Jaren?
Sure thing, boss.
So with that, let's move to the score portion of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've made-
Dr. Death. Oh no! So the doctor said, "Yeah, okay, that's probably better than my idea." Dr. Death deciding not to speak up about his idea of, so like this stuff's red, right? Kind of looks like blood. He knows a corpse dealer. What if we got some corpses and filled them with this stuff, and people would just think it was blood? And there's nothing
I
suspicious
actually
about
really
that.
like that idea, but not for now.
So, for the first thing we need to figure out for the score is the plan. So the plan, there are 6 different plans.
The plan
you
is
could do.
stealth, I think.
Yeah, you can
That's
do
what we're
assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, and transport.
Oh, transport, that's true. Yeah.
Transport would be in this case.
Right, so the detail that you guys would be providing is the route and the means. Now, an interesting thing, because this is in the canal, you could, depending on the location of your guys' manor, just go through the whole canals, right?
Yeah.
Or
I
you
was-
could attempt the actual night market streets.
I like the canals better personally.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mhm.
Play it safe for the first one.
As for like where our base is, I was sort of like, I don't know why, but I was sort of thinking this house. That's just what I've been picturing.
I'm fine with that. And even if we had to get up on land in 6 towers, that's still better than walking the night market.
Yeah. Do the blue coats have boats and shit?
Probably, they're the city guard.
Yeah.
They're
So it's
probably
maybe
warriors.
blue coat contact gets us on a blue coat, craft under the guise of taking us somewhere, but he just drops us off at 6 towers.
That could work.
That might be the means.
Yeah. The means would be buy a boat, buy a blue coat.
Are the barrels or buckets, the tubs, whatever, are they watertight or are they open?
Some of them appear to be watertight, yeah.
The rest are, it's not that they're open, it's that they're leaking. For a very small distinguishing feature there.
True.
And and furthermore, if we're on a blue coat thing, in case we get questioned and our blue coat contact isn't quite up to, lying to his peers, as part of my load, I can take a disguise kit and I can just be a blue coat myself.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Or you could disguise yourself as a criminal.
A smooth criminal.
Okay,
So-
so let's go ahead and roll the engagement roll. The engagement roll is a fortune roll, starting with 1 dice for sheer luck. So make a fortune
We gotta
roll.
choose our loadout first, don't we?
Oh yeah, you guys need to choose your
Yeah.
loadouts.
Yeah.
I'm assuming light.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So I'm going with a disguise kit. Well, yeah. So wait, first off, I gotta go down to my thing and make, because the list of items doesn't list what their load is. I know most of them are only 1 block, but
Well,
let's see.
I've always got a fine cover identity. I'm gonna go for a light load.
Let's see now. I'm gonna take my rifle with me.
Oh, I don't technically have
Remember, you're going for a light load, Swede. So keep it down to three blocks.
All 5 blocks.
No, 3
Oh,
blocks.
so blowgun, darts, and syringes, that's 0 load. So I just,
Basically, can always have that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Slide
Alright,
to
so
77.
I've got a blade or 2, documents, and a lantern.
I've got some bandoliers and fine tinkering tools.
Great, I just have a large weapon and a blade or 2.
Fucking, where's fucking thing? Where's the... Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have a disguise kit to be I have a disguise kit. Transpowder is no load. Loaded dice and trick cards is no load. So, okay, that's a disguise kit, and I guess I'll take... Let's see, from equipment we have... would... Oh, documents. Definitely. That's 1 load, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so... Is a pistol 1 load?
I mean, if
Yeah.
you had only 1 block.
Alright, okay, yeah, but it's just on the equipment list from the thing, it doesn't say.
No, like, it blocks.
No. On the equipment list, in the handouts, it doesn't say. What
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
it's 1
yeah.
load. A pistol is 1
Alright,
load.
yeah, that's why I was asking. Alright,
It's 1 block,
so
which does
I
mean
have
it's 1
3,
load.
so yeah, I have a disguise kit, a pistol, and documents, and also transpowder, because that's 0 load.
Yeah, I need to replace that handout with a new handout. I'll do that later. Alright, so let's go back to the engagement roll. Okay. So yes, you guys have chosen your load.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So now you've chosen the plan and you know its detail. So you're going to get a transport and on the gondola through your blue coat contact. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Is a fortune roll starting with 1d for sheer luck. Let's see. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? No, not really. Overly complex? No. Does it expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? No, because it's not really like a target. Oh, can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Add a +1 dice.
Yeah. And can I be disguised as a blue coat from the outstart, or will I have to
Yeah,
do that?
absolutely.
Okay, all right, cool.
And I've got one of my items is a fine cover identity, and I also took documents which says it could include blue coat commanders. So
Perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
passing off as someone else as well.
So we're both passing off as fellow blue coats.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so.
So does
I
that
need one of
mean
you-
that Jerma and I have to be, like, handcuffed?
No, you're in the
pretending
storage.
to be
You're in the
Harry.
storage hiding with the barrels.
Ah, I see.
So now we need to roll the engagement roll. Someone needs to roll just 2d6.
You're right, no one would believe that Dr. Death could be captured.
So you got a 2 and a 4.
Oh
Okay, so a 4 is a mixed result. You're in a risky position when the action starts.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Does that mean I have to shoot some coppers?
No.
So let's see here.
We've done something incredibly risky from the outset.
So, okay, there are so many barrels, you're actually on 2 different gondolas. I'm just going to assume that Roth and Dare are on different ships because you guys have the paperwork. So
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
it would make sense that you split up. Who's with them? Who's on which gondola? I'll draw it out. So there's gondola 1 and gondola 2.
Where is that? Either way, sweet. Say we're on one gondola together.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and so so I'm assuming Dare. Wait, who's with like our buddy, the actual blue coat?
He's on the first gondola.
All right.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
is
with-
that with Dare then?
That's
Since
up to
that's
you
Dare's
guys.
contact.
No, that's
No. That's his
Oh,
contact. Yeah. So yeah, I guess so. Gondola 1 has Roth, Sherman, and their blue coat, and I guess Gondola 2 is the rest of the supply, and me and Dare and Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
So go ahead and write that. Under the map there, I wrote a gondola 1, gondola 2. Just list out the people in them.
Roth and Sherman. Oh, and Jaren.
Dr. Death. And
DD and
Like-
JD.
God damn it.
I was just gonna put single D. DD and Big D.
E. Acceptable.
Dr. Death and Daring. So are the two gondolas like in sight of each other, like one
Yeah,
just ahead of the
there's
other?
one in front, one behind. They're just kind of following each other.
Okay.
The actual gondoliers are like there's 2 gondoliers per vessel, and they're just kind of operating. So, the ships have been loaded. Everything's good to go. You're actually sailing up north, and you get to the first bridge at the night market, right there. And one of the gondoliers one of the gondoliers on the first vessel looks back and says, "Oh, your container seems to be leaking."
We were told these would be plugged up very well.
He reaches forward and like slides a finger against the leak.
I grab his arm and stop him, and I say, "You don't want to touch that."
Yes, and this is my vessel. You are bringing your goods onto my vessel, and I can touch what I please. Actually, roll a command,
Okay.
because you're telling him not to.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to take some stress and push
Hey,
myself
we're
through this.
transporting these chemicals. Ooh, let me just... No, hey, you probably don't want to touch that. I can touch whatever the fuck I want. You can't tell me what to use. I like this character.
Alright, so, command. Risky?
Yes, risky.
Not quite
He
desperate
licks
yet.
it and claims it as his own.
Standard effect.
Alright, should I push myself or no? Should I take that 2 stress this early on?
Do it.
Do it? Okay. Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. It's one dice.
I imagine pushing yourself is just like shouting unnecessarily. Like you just, hey man, don't touch it!
Don't touch it!
It's a good,
5.
It's a good thing I did fucking push myself. At last,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
1. Alright, 2 stress. Is that for pushing?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the fuck is stress listed?
Is don't touch it from... Is that from 06 or from
Oh
another
shit,
game?
that is, yeah. I forgot about
Touch
that.
it.
Don't touch it!
And it's become a Sonic conversation.
Hey, it wasn't my fault.
That's true. I just grab his wrist and say, I understand that you're concerned about your boat, and I will clean it up, but you should not touch it. It's not...
Like vein bulging in his forehead, like seizing his wrist like a
Yeah.
vice.
He says, okay. Sorry, friend. He retreats his hand, and he makes eye contact with the. So there's two of them, right? There's a guy in the front who's actually doing the paddling, and there's a guy in the back who is controlling the rudder. It was the guy in the front who noticed it and like was trying to touch it.
Okay. Well, I plug up the barrel as best I can with just materials about the boat. Or on my person.
Yeah,
And
you notice
clean
like
up
as
the
the
rest.
stuff starts to leave the barrel, it almost quickly starts to dry and just turns into like this really sticky mess.
I like well, good thing I brought a blade or two because I scrape it away with a knife and kind of like flick it off into the water.
Sure.
Hopefully, it doesn't expand violently with that reaction, but hey, we'll find out.
No, it's fine. It kind of splashes onto the top and then like starts to sink down.
So, what's its consistency like when it like flows out and goes sticky? Is it kind of like gooey or quite thick when it does that, or is it?
Yeah, I think like what's a good? Oh, you know the like when you let glue dry, but it's still kind of if you touch it, it gets gross. Glue. It's the consistency of glue.
All right.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you tell him no. He obliges. He's like, okay, sorry. He makes eye contact with the other guy, and you guys keep moving. Once you actually pass that and you start making the bend to the second bridge, you notice there are more gondoliers around, just kind of transporting people. You notice a gondolier nearby has like a laughing couple on it. Two people just laughing, enjoying a drink, maybe sharing a meal.
I do like the night market at this time. It's a terribly nice place. Terribly nice place. Wouldn't you agree? I say to the gondolier who I yelled at moments ago.
He says, "Yeah, it's a pretty good job. It's enjoyable." As he says that, the lantern on his side starts like flickering. He's like, "Oh, come on now!" And he starts like tapping on it, like kind of slapping it, trying to fix it.
Well, guess what I brought? I fucking pull out a lantern.
Nice. He says, yeah, fantastic. Let me see that."
I hand it over. Keep it if you need it. You're providing me a service tonight.
Ah, damn, it's a shame this isn't on our boat.
He
Cut
nods.
to your boat, see how
and,
things are going over there. As I'm trying to make
nods.
awkward conversation with a guy who doesn't like me and I don't like him.
Yeah, he works about trying to replace the lantern.
I keep an
let's
eye
see, on
ahead
the
in case
other boat.
we're crashing onto anything, in case, just take his eye off the road.
Well, there's two guys,
Okay.
on the other boat. Let's see, who's on the second boat?
Dare and
Dare and Death.
yeah,
Dare and
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the second gondola, the one steering it in the back is like super chatty. He's like, "Oh, so you folks are with the blue cloaks then?" And he's looking up and down like Dr. Death. He's like, "You don't look like no blue cloak I've seen before."
All right. Dare pipes up and says, "He's a contractor."
I'm a scientist.
Oh yeah, a scientist. Is that what's in these barrels? And he like taps one with his foot. You gonna do a bunch of science on them?
Absolutely. Gonna do all kinds of science like you wouldn't believe.
Well, that's certainly interesting. Hey, what you if you don't mind me asking, what you guys got in these?
Dare says,
Scientific substances.
"From what I know, it's an incredibly volatile material, but one with a variety of applications that we hope to figure out. That's why it has blue coat guards. You see, we don't want anyone disturbing it."
Yeah, that's some interesting stuff. We've seen some things. Okay, and these rivers here, you would not believe the stuff that's floating around in these.
Mm.
So what
Perhaps.
you blue coats should be taking a closer look. I'm just saying. I don't want no trouble or nothing.
All right. Johnny nods and says, "Oh, no, don't worry, friend. You're raising no trouble. In fact, I'll be sure to bring it up next time. I'll be sure to bring it up with my fellows."
Dr. Death laughs. You'd be amazed what I'd believe.
As during this conversation, he's not like paying attention as much as he should, and is actually about to the gondolier in the front shouts out, "Hey, collision!" And he's about to hit another gondolier. Actually,
Could I? What could I roll to like shout him and get his and like focus his attention?
probably a command.
That'd be a command. While they're talking, Johnny notices this is, "Hey, look out!" And I'll roll command. Is this risky position?
Yeah.
Alright. That's standard. I won't give myself extra stress. Oh, maybe I should have.
Okay. So that's not good. Let's go to the effect roll.
At least it ain't my
consequences.
fault.
Here we go. On a
I'm going
risky
to be holding this
1 to
against
3,
Jaren.
you suffer
Super
harm, a
hard.
complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, or you lose this opportunity. Yeah, so your gondolier actually crashes into this other one. Wood splinters. The one driving is actually thrown off of the vessel. And then you guys start taking water pretty quickly. There's room on the other vessel, but there's also like people on it. There's not enough room for everybody.
Dr. Death immediately hoists a barrel and starts moving it to the other boat. Out of my way, fools!
Jesus Christ.
And the citizens on the boat are like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? Who are you? Get off here."
All right. Johnny gets on and says, "Out of the way, people. Very important material here. This is volatile. You're better off in the water."
Yeah, I run to the back of my gondola because I'm assuming I heard that.
Yeah.
And I'm like standing on the back, just like arms out, ready to like grab any barrel that's thrown this way. Or potentially people.
And they fit more barrels on their boat?
They can, it's just people are the
If
problem.
you were to,
Okay. Yes, you see what Johnny says. All right, out of the way. Move over to the boat in front of us.
yeah, if you split the people, you could fit everything.
Yeah. That's what Johnny's saying.
Okay. So yeah, let's say there were 3 people or 4 people on the gondola that you just crashed into.